Hey, it's Cecilia. The reason why I focus a lot of my work on new managers is because I was a new manager once, and it was really, really hard. There wasn't a manual or a book or like a help desk I could call every time I had a challenge. When I was just starting out, I was a little bit clunky. And so I dedicate a lot of my work to helping new managers, trying to just share the stories, give some advice, and provide some resources to help people who are just getting their start out. So today, I want to talk about a lesson that's called 3 Shifts New Managers Need to Make. And hopefully it'll add value to you if you are a new manager. The first shift that you need to make is a responsibility shift. Put down your old job description. I know you were good at your old job. That's probably why you got promoted or why you were hired into this management position. But we're so comfortable doing the old job that we have that we have a tendency to kind of keep doing it. So there's a responsibility shift. You now have people on your team. You now have lives that you're responsible for and careers that you need to shepherd. And it's an entirely new job description. So congratulations if this is you and you've accomplished this great feat of moving into a new manager, but just be aware that something has shifted, and it is the level and the volume and the impact of the responsibilities that you have to yourself, to the people on your team, and to the company that you work for. So first shift is a responsibility shift. The second shift that new managers need to make is the L word. And I don't even like saying it. It scares me so much. A liability shift. There's a shift in liability, the potential that people could hold you responsible legally for the things that you do and the things that you say. And we don't need to look any further than the newsroom and our social media feeds to see how this plays out in the workplace. When somebody gets accused of creating a hostile work environment or gets accused of bullying someone or harassing someone, when you become a manager, you're actually liable. And so it's a pretty serious thing, but just acknowledge that legally something has shifted for you. The third shift that new managers need to make is a mental shift. You actually have to change how you view yourself. And I think this is where I got stuck for so long, is I didn't have the internal confidence. I didn't have the right leadership mindset right at the get-go, and that tripped me up a bit. So we mentally have to shift ourselves to say, I'm a manager now. And how do I show up differently because of that shift? Mentally, I have to acknowledge that something is different in my role. And I can't just go into work on Monday being a new manager, acting the same exact way I did the previous Friday. Something has to change. And usually it starts with how you view yourself and what your mind believes about your capabilities and your expertise. Just know this. You got this job because you were great at what you did, so automatically you're validated. But it's tricky to just keep that in mind, especially when you start to get into circumstances that make you feel uncomfortable or you feel like you're not qualified to handle, and our self-confidence gets a little shaky. But do know this, a mental shift needs to happen. Believe in yourself and your potential to be a great leader. So if you're a new manager, I want to give you 3 tips that'll help you make this shift from individual contributor to leader of others. The first thing that would be great to do is to set up one-on-one meetings with each person that reports to you. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, I don't have time for that. Well, you've got to carve out the time. This is so important. Touch base with every person on your team. Sit them down. Ask them how things are going. Acknowledge that there's been a change in your role. Tell them you're excited to be working with them and really listen to them. Ask them really good questions about how things are going for them. Are they challenged? Are they happy? Are they fulfilled? What can you be doing better as a new manager for them? One-on-ones change the game for any manager. It's the place where you establish trust, where you establish empathy and respect, and of course, where great communication starts to happen. The second tip for new managers is have some goals. I don't want you to go into being a new manager just without any guardrails for how things are going to happen. And goals help give us that. Goals are the things that if we put down on paper, it gives us some way to chart our path. And so by writing goals down that you have for yourself, and it could be, hey, the first quarter of my role as a new manager, I want to meet with every person on my team for an hour. Goal. Okay, goal, and it gives you something to work towards. Or you could say, I'm going to actually ask 5 people who are heads of other departments that would be important for me to work with and to get to know because we interact. I'm going to ask 5 people to go to coffee. Whatever the goal is, one great thing you can do when you're just starting out is to put something on paper, something that you're working towards, because sometimes it's overwhelming when you get into a new position. You're just trying to get your sea legs. But if you have a goal, it's a place that brings you back right to the path of the journey forward. Goals help us do that. The third tip, and probably the most important for any new manager when you're making that shift, get feedback. Yes, get feedback. You've got to be asking people, how am I doing? What am I not seeing that's not working in my favor? What's my blind spot? Is there anything you can share with me that would help me improve? Whatever the questions are that you ask, find people, seek them out repeatedly, consistently, and genuinely ask them for feedback. Listen, you're going to grow as a manager even if all you do is show up from 9 to 5, right? It's guaranteed you're going to learn something on the job. But the way you accelerate growth, where you really, really push your career forward, is by seeking out feedback, by asking people. It's like turbocharging your growth when you can find something out now versus waiting another year to figure it out on your own. Ask for feedback consistently, genuinely. Use great questions to dig into the things that you could be learning to make yourself a better leader. So 3 shifts you need to make: responsibility shift, liability shift, and a mental shift. And 3 tips: meet one-on-one with your team, map out a couple of goals, and always be seeking feedback. Again, I'm Cecilia. I'm here to be a resource to new managers. Hit me up on LinkedIn anytime. I'm always happy to help.